Hey everyone, it's Nick, and this is my review for the anime series Fire Force. Let's see, I'll start with the premise. Tokyo is burning and citizens are mysteriously suffering from spontaneous human combustion all throughout the city. So, let's see. I'll go with music. Music is catchy, it has kind of a hip-hop jazz vibe. In fact, I want to get the soundtrack. I do have an iTunes, I really like it. Animation is slick and vibrant. David Studio, I think it's David Studio Productions. They do the animation for the show, which they do a pretty good job. Let's see, humor. So there's a lot of sight gags, and then slapstick and deadpan humor. A lot of the comedy. A regular source of comedy on the show is like Tamaki and her Lucky Lecturer, which is when regularly throughout the series she has this unfortunate condition where she will randomly end up in her underwear or in a kind of revealing position, or end up being groped by, ends up kind of landing in a position where she ends up being groped by some of the male characters. Not that they're, it's like she just will slip and then suddenly they'll like her boobs be in her face, or her hand will be one of her hands will be in her panties. And then also the Shinra main character gets in fights with Arthur a lot. Those are usually pretty funny. And the show has a lot of fight scenes. It's a shonen series. They have a lot of fight scenes. They're really quite stunning and well animated. Always exciting. Let's see. Then the art style is actually pretty cool. It's got a overall unique style to it. It's by the same creator as Soul Eater, which also has a really eye-catching, unique art style to it. But this one sets itself apart enough from Soul Eater. It's not exactly like it. It has some similarities, but they set it apart enough where it has its own identity to it, which is nice. And the characters in the show are pretty colorful. They're not, I wouldn't call them as colorful as Soul Eater. They don't have any, their personalities are not as over the top, but they are still pretty cool. Like especially Shinra and Arthur. And overall, I think they're my favorite. Shinra, Arthur, Tamaki, I think are my favorite on the show. What else? And then also with this show, interesting enough, a lot of shonen protagonists are usually not on the smart side. And this one, actually, Shinra is pretty smart. He doesn't really follow the typical, somewhat dim-witted protagonists that these shows usually have. Arthur kind of, he's not the main character. He kind of fills that role, but he's not really the main character, which makes it kind of a unique change from the typical formula of these shows. So overall, I think it was a great series. They still are airing it. Right now there's, I guess there's a bit of a hiatus right now. They still haven't released a season 3 yet for the show. The last season kind of ended on a cliffhanger, for the next season to pick up. So hopefully they'll release it in the next few months or next year or so. I mean, I got enough shows to watch, luckily, but I do want to get back to it when they release it. So anyway, I think it's a pretty good show. It's, it's kind of like Soul Eater. It has some similarities to it, but, it stands out enough on its own. And anyway, I recommend if you like shonen series, shonen shows, you like sight gags, fan service has a lot of that, particularly if Tamaki ends up in their revealing positions, which is really nice. And I give it about 8.5 or 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty good overall. And it's also a manga series. I have the K-Manga app. I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm reading some other ones, mostly Seven Deadly Sins and Brave Master. They do have... And the anime was released after the manga series. I don't know if it released when it was complete or not, but it started out as a manga series and then they adapted it to an anime after that. I think they might still be doing it, I'm not sure. Anyway, I read some of it. I started a little bit of it, check it out, and they had this, I remember they had a really funny scene where, I think they had in the show as well. Yeah, I think it was early on in the series. Shinra encounters, the girls at the station, or women in the station, and they were, had showered recently, and he said, so this is what a wet woman smells like. I feel a little pressure in my little fire hose. And that was pretty funny. Yeah, some jokes like that in the show. It's really funny. So anyway, and my review. So stay tuned for my next videos and live streams and all that, and more reviews. And I will see you guys again soon.